Ladies and gentlemen, this is a public service announcement. For regular viewers and listeners of AWI Pod, please do not be offended, as this program contains good wrestling.
Welcome, everyone, to another action-packed episode of A Cup of UK Earth. This is episode 9. I am your host, Brent Piles, and as you know, I do not come to these things alone. I cannot review these shows by myself. It would be far less entertaining. He's one of my tag team partners at GA Wrestling. Glenn, how you doing?
Well, not as well as I was hoping.
Right.
I'm good in the fact that Arsenal are 1-0 up to Nuremberg in a friendly. That's just come up on the screen.
Holy fuck, I didn't even know they were playing.
Yeah. With all the thing with COVID and everything, I had a blood test done last week. I got the notification that the results were in on Monday. I rang up the doctor's surgery and got informed by one of the receptionists that shouldn't even know about it that I've got leukemia, which was a little bit of a shock, to say the least.
I mean, when most people hear something like that, it's usually pretty shocking, yeah.
Yeah. I finally got to see a proper doctor yesterday. Yes, I have got leukemia, but it's not a life-threatening version. Apparently, the hospital has known about this since June of last year. And nobody's bothered to tell me. So it just goes from one thing to another.
Well, what the fuck?
Yeah. It's like it wasn't a serious. It's like it wasn't a serious version of it.
Yeah, no kidding.
So I'm going to be drafting letters of complaint, shall we say. I'm going to go full Karen mode.
I would absolutely. I mean, Karens usually go crazy for non-good reasons. You have a good reason to go crazy, so you don't have to go full Karen here because you are within your rights to be upset, I think.
Yes, yeah, I would think so. Yeah, everybody that I've spoken to about it has been upset over it. So.
I mean, if all you do is draft letters, the hospital should be fucking happy that you don't sue them because.
Well, there's a possibility. Yeah, my manager, when I was telling them yesterday, he said you should sue them.
I would look into getting an attorney. That's for sure. That's bullshit. Like you said, if it was a more serious thing, you could be on your fucking deathbed and not even know why.
That's right.
It's been more than a year that they've known this, and nobody told you. The doctor didn't even fucking tell you. The goddamn secretary told you.
Yeah, they just lost the records.
God damn it! I'm fucking. You can't tell by looking at me, but inside I'm pissed. It didn't even happen to me, but I'm pissed. Like I'm really mad, and I'm trying to mask that by smiling, but that pisses me off.
It'd be even worse in your situation because you'd have to pay for the privilege as well. At least I don't have to pay for it.
That's true. At least they're not raking you over the coals and then fucking you over at the same time.
Yeah. Here's your bill for us screwing up.
Right. Well, goddamn it, Glenn. It's unfortunate to hear, obviously. But we're also glad to hear that it's not as serious as it could be.
No.
So that's good. I'm not a doctor, and I won't pretend to be one. So if you're telling me it's going to be okay, then I'm going to go with what you say, and it's going to be okay.
Yep, that's what I've been told. So,
well, Glenn, let's get into this. Let's talk about some wrestling. What do you say? Let's talk about anything that might bring us down, and talk about something that'll bring us. Because we watched 2 really good matches this week.
We certainly did. the final for the number one contenders of the Heritage Cup, which if people have been paying attention and listened last week, we all know that it's Noam Dar versus Wolfgang.
Yep. First match we got to look at was Noam Dar versus Wolfgang. And the good news is the dynamic duo of Shaw Samuels and Noam Dar are back together as always. And not as always, but it's good to see them back together. And boy, I love that Gallus theme song. And not the one they play on NXT now. I'm talking about the original one.
That is... Why do they go so weak with these things?
Yeah, I really don't know.
They've screwed up Gallus's theme. They've screwed up Pretty Deadly's theme. And surely it can't be
ruin a good thing.
And surely it can't be a copyright issue because they'd still be paying copyright on them, even if they're on NXT UK or NXT or the main roster in America, surely.
And they still play the old theme on the old episodes of NXT UK, so they obviously can still use it. So, and there's no lyrics in the song either, so it's not like they stole. There's words in the song that they can't use. It's just a beat.
Yeah, they're singing it. It goes, whoa!
Yeah, that's all it does. But it just, I think Jeremy said it back when you guys used to do Piece of Business. That when that music hits, you know shit's about to hit the fan.
That's right. And that is why I actually planned on using that theme for a Piece of Business before everything went tits up.
I mean, it's a great theme that can be used for everything. So the round one, we get into this thing. Noam Dar doing what Noam Dar does early. He's trying to bait Wolfgang into making a mistake or losing his cool. Because they always document us. It's well known that old Wolfie can lose his cool a little bit every now and then.
Charles Samuels comes into his own as well. You can hear him yelling at Noam Dar. Use your feet. Keep moving. Don't let him get to you.
Yeah, the whole match. Yeah. Dar is able to lock in do a headlock takeover on the much bigger Wolfgang, but he's not able to hold him down for very long as Wolfgang picks him up and just sets him right up on the top rope.
Yeah. Then straight after that, Noam Dar does this thing of bouncing people off the rope and then bending down behind them so they fall over him.
Yeah.
But Wolfie didn't fall for that. He just turned around and picked him up like a baby. Put him down again. Boom.
I thought it was funny too. Like he had Dar up on the top rope, and Dar kind of grabs the left arm of Wolfgang and pulls it real hard because, as you know, Wolfgang's had an injured shoulder for most of this tournament. And then while Dar's up on the top rope, he even mocks Wolfgang's howl while he's up there with that. And then at the end of the round, Wolfgang he's almost able to hit he's about to hit a power bomb on Dar, but luckily for Noam Dar, the bell rings and he's not able to lock it in fully. And of course, Shaw Samuels is on the apron screaming, "Put him down! You put him down!" And Nigel McGuinness is on "Put him down! You put him down!"
Yeah. And of course, with all that trauma, he needs a shot from the hip flask that comes out and does its bit during the interval.
Yeah,
it was good to see.
Yeah, one of their staples. Finally, I think this is the first time we've seen the flask, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah.
So the second round opened up, and Wolfgang is able to get Dar into the corner. And he really just start landing some big blows on him.
Just before he started attack, the reason he attacked Dar like that was the fact that right from the bell, Dar rushed at him and hit him with a double drop kick while he was still in the corner.
Yeah. Which I think that annoyed Wolfgang more than that's why Wolfgang grabbed him and chucked him into the corner and started
attacking him and beating him up badly.
Yeah, he hits like a double axe handle from the top rope, but then Shaw Samuels gets up on the apron and he starts kind of jawing with Wolfgang a little bit. And then out of nowhere, the artist known now as JD Madonna, the artist formerly known as Jordan Devlin, comes out of nowhere.
Apparently, the story of this is that he's got issues with Joe Coffey, so he was out there to get at Joe rather than anything else. It had nothing to do. It had nothing to do with Noam Dar or Wolfie, really.
Yeah.
It was an
And
issue.
I don't remember what the qualm between those two was either. Like, I can't, like, for the life of me think of.
I think it was all over the number one contenders for Ilya Dragunov's title at this time.
That makes sense. Okay, that would make a lot of sense. So that distracts Wolfgang, and then Dar is able to roll him up and use a handful of tights to get the 3 count, and Dar is going to take a
As he would.
early 1-0 lead. Yeah, as Noam Dar does. Then what happens in the third round, Glenn?
This is amazing. Within 10 seconds, Noam Dar sort of comes out of his corner to be met by an express train coming the other way, who flattens him and pins him. 1, 2, 3.
And what was probably the quickest fall we've seen, definitely the quickest fall we've seen, because it was under 10 seconds. I think it was like 7 seconds, something like that. And we're tied up just like that, 1-1.
Yeah. It's amazing. Because it was just it was a spear out of nowhere. And as I said last week, Wolfie does good spears.
Yeah, him and Roman spears are up there with some of the best spears I've seen. It's not like it's not like a luchador spear. If you know
you stay speared when you get hit by him.
Right. And so Dar needs another shot from the flask as Shaw gets it ready for him. What do you think's in that flask? What do you think they're drinking? Kayfabe, Glenn. Don't tell me it's water.
No, it's Scotch.
Okay.
He's
Scottish.
Scottish. Of course, it's Scotch whiskey.
And put that together, Glenn. Duh. I should have thought of that. What was I thinking? Dar's, of course, a little day is going into this round. And then Wolfgang really starts to take it to him in the opening minutes. But Dar is able to avoid another spear, and he just kind of gets out of the ring. And then he's able to land a kick to the chest of Wolfgang when he's getting back into the ring.
There were some stiff kicks going in there from Dar. He was really laying into him. You could hear him slap.
Yeah. Well, Wolfgang's got a big burly chest. He can take it.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
So they really start going back and forth the rest of the round. I got in here, too, like you said. Lots of brutal kicks landed from Dar. Two of them being on the outside of the ring in the last 20 seconds or so. Dar goes for a kick to Wolfgang, but misses and hits the ring post. Wolfgang then goes for a spear, but then he misses and he goes head first into the barricade. And that's how the fourth round kind of ticks away with both men on the outside of the ring a little dazed.
Yeah. And both of them selling it really well.
Yeah, it was a pretty eventful end of the round, definitely, because you had a lot of high-impact moves going all at once. Pretty cool. Fifth round starts up.
It was good that both of them had trouble getting back into their corners.
Yeah. I think by the time they got him back to the corners, I think they both had a time for maybe one sip of water before they started fifth round starts. Dar gets things going quick. He lands a drop kick to the face. He then lands some big kicks in the corner, but Wolfgang is able to catch Dar and land a beautiful backbreaker, but only able to get a 2 count with the backbreaker. Dar really starts working the left arm of Wolfgang. As you know, it's been a problem area for him the entire tournament, and Dar, the ring savvy general that he is, really starts working it here in the fifth round.
And there was a lovely bit where he went for the arm bar, and Wolfie countered it, so he sort of just dropped to his knees and got him in a knee bar instead.
Yeah,
it was a wonderful little bit of transition from one move to another.
Yeah. Wolfgang fights his way out of that, and then this one ends with one of the best round endings we've seen. Dar is going to land a back elbow, and then he's going to go for a Nova roll. A Nova roller. Or I'm sorry. Yeah, Nova roller. Yeah. But Wolfgang counters with a spear, but the ref's only able to count 1, 2, and the belt. Ding. So really well done, perfectly timed. I know we could say this is probably all taped, and they might have done it a couple times, but I bet you they probably didn't, because these guys.
This would have been one and done.
Yeah, and so we are still tied 1-1 as we go into the sixth and final round, maybe final round, unless we don't come to a win here. The Wolfgang starts strong. So when it first started, I was thinking, well, I think Wolfgang is going to win this thing. At least that's what I was thinking the first time I watched it originally.
Yeah, because Dar's really throwing everything at Wolfie did no selling.
Yep.
Just sort of grinning at him.
He's
It's the
eating all
last
of it.
thing. It's the last thing you want when you're in the final round. Is your opponent just laughing at you when you're trying to hit him with everything you've got.
Yeah. Yeah, Dar tries to land some strikes, but Wolfgang just eats them all. He then lands a big overhead slam on Dar. This round had a really good back and forth action. Dar lands a kick to the head of Wolfgang, goes for a pin, but Wolfgang kicks out at 1.
There was a huge punch that Nars kicked out as well from Wolfgang. He said Dar was coming towards him and he just met him with his big fist.
Yeah. The ending of this surprised me a little bit because I figured that we would get more involvement from Shaw Samuels in the finish of this, but we kind of really didn't.
No.
Dar hits one Nova Roller, but Wolfgang doesn't go down. He hits another Nova Roller. Wolfgang goes down. He hits him with the third one. And finally, this keeps Wolfgang down. He gets the 3 count and the win. And he will face Tyler Bate for the Heritage Cup Championship.
Excellent match. That's all we can say about it. We say it every week, but no 2 matches in these Heritage Cup matches are the same. Everyone tells a different story, and we saw a totally different story yet again in that match.
Yeah. After I watched this match, I actually sent out a tweet. I tagged Wolfgang and I tagged Noam Dar in it. And I actually got a like from Wolfgang, so that made me feel good about it. About how great this match was and how good the storytelling was. And I always thought of the next match that we were going to talk to was better than that match, but after watching them both,
no.
The finish of this match is great, but I think the Wolfgang Dar match is better than the Tyler.
Yeah,
one
yeah.
Watching them back.
It is this thing with Tyler. The more I watch of his solo stuff, the more he's paint by numbers. Does the same thing every time.
Yeah, there's some guys who just kind of wrestle the same match, and he just might be one of them.
Yeah, that's right. Although he's definitely, I suppose, because they've put him in multi-man matches in NXT, he seems to be better. Because he was always a tag team. He was always a tag wrestler until he won the inaugural NXT UK title
when he was 19.
Yeah.
So that's another way to look at it. Is he's just more used to being a tag team wrestler. I mean, the guy was a tag team wrestler forever, and then he didn't really even have that. He had the NXT championship, but not for very long. You know,
no,
what I mean? He lost
because they realized the mistake they'd made and put it on the right person.
Yeah, I don't know why they didn't just put it on Dunn in the first place. That never made sense to me. But
no, they would have got so much more mileage out of that, especially with William Regal being pissed.
Yeah. That'll happen in the inaugural tournament. That's a story for another show. Maybe we'll cover that show sometime.
Yeah.
So let's do this. It's Tyler Bate defending his NXT Heritage Cup Championship against Noam Dar. Real big fight feel here at the BT Sports Studio. I believe this was the first time they actually had some fans in.
Yes,
move there.
Yeah, this was, I think, the first time that they'd been allowed to. The restrictions have been dropped a little bit.
Right. I mean, I still think they only had 20 people there, but they were
it was well spaced out, but they were allowing a few people in.
Yeah. Mostly a real feeling out process in the first round. Neither guy really hit any big moves. Neither guy was able to really take control for more than a few seconds in the first round. It was just kind of guys going back and forth, trying to take control.
Yeah, and we're getting Nigel's name drop of the day. Number 1 in the first round. I can't even think of who it was now.
I can't remember who it was either, but it was literally within the first 30 seconds of the match.
Jim Breaks.
Jim Breaks. Yep, that's what it was. I loved Nigel in this match and the last match. Just the way he's trying to act like he's trying to be what's the word? Subjective, you know how
impartial.
Impartial, that's the word. He tries to act like he's being impartial, but you can absolutely hear him just in his voice rooting for Noam Dar the whole time. Yeah. It's just really, really great. Round two, a lot of
there was one bit in that Tyler had Noam in a headlock, and there was he tried to pull his head out a couple of times, so just stamped on his foot.
Yeah.
That was wonderful. What a way to escape a headlock by stamping on somebody's foot. Ow! Oh,
Yeah.
I'll let him go.
You can't get your head out of there. Stomp the foot first. Stomp the foot second. Yeah. A lot of them feeling out process in the second round too. Both guys trading headlocks and submission attempts, and like there wasn't a whole lot to really note from the first or second round, really.
Yeah, they were talking about if Noam had been, because this is how sort of this round went, is the commentary even wandered off a little bit off topic, because they were talking about why was it how that if Noam Dar, well, I think Nigel was more than if Noam Dar had been in the initial tournament, he would have probably been the first NXT champion.
He wasn't in the original tournament? No, because he's hurt.
No, because he was already doing 5 Live. He was already in America.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that because he was in the Cruiserweight tournament. Yep.
So yeah, so basically, if we didn't have 205 Live, there would have been no Heritage Cup.
Well, then thank God for 205 Live, Glenn.
Yeah. Because I'm sure that the plan for this Heritage Cup was for it to be a sort of vehicle for Noam Dar.
He's perfect
right from the start. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we've always talked about this. About he's the perfect person for this. He has the right mat wrestling, the right ring acumen, all that stuff. This whole entire thing had to have been created for Noam Dar. It fits into a T.
That's right. The other bit to talk about from that was both of them going for a clothesline, and both of them selling it, just sitting there laughing at one another.
Yeah, there was another two where like Dar tried to go for a North Shore backslide, but Tyler countered it with an airplane spin. And to get out of the airplane spin, like Dar took his fingers and just put him in the right the mouth.
Yeah, he pushed him.
Made Tyler just drop him. Yeah, which I thought was a really innovative way to get out of it.
Again, it's like the innovative way of getting out of a headlock by stepping on somebody's foot. It's whatever way he can to get out of things, he will know him.
Right. Hook that motherfucker's cheek with your finger if you have to.
Yeah.
And then after they kind of double clothesline and pop back up, they'd get into like a real physical lockup, and they're like going back and forth.
Yeah.
As the round ends.
Round 3, things start picking up. I tell you what, Noam Dar didn't drop Tyler on that apron really hard.
Yeah, he really did. Yeah.
He sort of jumped off the ring as he was bringing him down, so there's extra pressure on him.
Yeah. They start battling outside the ring, like Glenn said. Dar sends Tyler Bate into the steps. He then throws him into the ring, hits the Nova Roller, and gets a pretty quick 3 count to take the 1-fall lead on the champion here in the third round. And this shocked me. I didn't see this coming. We say this a lot, but the finish of that round really shocked me. I did not see it coming at all.
No, but it made sense because he dropped him on the ring apron and then put him into the steps, so softened him up nicely to get the Nova Roller in.
Yep. So we head to the 4th round. Dar has a 1-0 lead. He starts like just taking Tyler's arms and just stomping them. He'll just take one, holds it up, stomps it down with his foot, and then he kind of gives a stare at Trent Seven. Then he does it to the other arm, and then he does it to the leg, and then he does it to the other leg. Yeah. And the whole time he's just looking at Trent Seven after every time that he does it, which is really, really cool.
There was and after that, Tyler managed to get out that, and then hits Noam with a huge suplex, chucked him across the ring.
Yeah, then he tried for like a standing shooting star press, but Dar is able to get the knees up. He almost gets the win, but Tyler is just able to kick out. Tyler is then able to hit like that slingshot clothesline that he does. He then goes for a Tyler driver, but Dar counters with a back body drop, but he goes to like try to punch. Dar tries to go to punch Bate, and Bate like moves his head out of the way, so Dar punches the mat instead. Dar, he then I can't really even explain it. He somehow rolled Dar back over, right back into a Tyler driver position, hit him with the Tyler driver, and tied things up by getting the 3 count. It was just really innovative ending.
It was, anybody that's not watched this, both these matches, that's just listening to us, go and find them because they're both worth watching.
Yeah, go and find all these matches. They're all worth watching.
We can't really do it justice by just speaking about it.
Yeah, no, I'm not that eloquent. So 5th round kicks off. Bate's really taking it to Noam Dar, landing some big punches, but Dar is able to stop Bate on the middle rope and throw him down with a knee twist, and then land a big elbow to the side of the head, which also gets another near fall. Then they start trading punches. Bate almost gets a win with a small package, but Dar is able to kick out.
Yeah, the Shah gets up on the apron to distract the ref, as he does.
Yeah, because I think Tyler was trying to hit a Birminghammer, wasn't he?
He was, yeah.
That's what I thought. Yeah. And then Shah jumps up on the ring apron. That helps Dar. Dar's able to rake the eyes and get out of it. It's one of them. Those back elbows that Noam Dar does are so picture perfect. They're like a thing of beauty. I don't think there's anybody in wrestling that throws a better back elbow than Noam Dar.
Yeah, and we get another near submission at the end of the round where Noam's in a knee bar, but gets saved by the bell.
You mean
Shah's in there? Sorry.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. You're right. No. Dar was in the knee bar.
Dar was in the knee bar because Shah was in there like a shot. I thought he was going to attack Tyler, but the referee got him up and got him back into his corner before Shah could do him any damage.
Yeah, because they were doing a thing here at the end where both of them tried to hit the other person's move. Like he tried to do Dar tried to set up for a Tyler driver and then counter. Then Tyler countered it into the knee bar. That's what happened. Yeah. I'm just so used to seeing Noam Dar lock in good knee bars.
That's it. That's
the next round, isn't it, Glenn?
Yeah. Well, this next round, there's so much happening. I actually got. I just ended up not taking a lot of notes because it was just so fast paced. I couldn't write and watch at the same time.
I have to pause a lot. I pause a lot and I rewind a lot. It's the rounds are only 3 minutes, so I can watch on the screen. Sometimes I'll watch the first minute of the round and rewind to the beginning of the match and watch it over again. But I have to pause a lot and restart and watch rounds over because it is really hard, especially when the action starts really going like this, to take accurate notes. It's really just impossible.
No, that one of the things I got was a suplex to Dar off the top rope for Tyler Bate.
Yeah.
Which was amazing. I thought he was going to push him off. I didn't think he'd get the suplex.
Yeah, so that was really good. Then Bate hit a couple of big dives outside of the ring. He hit one on Dar, and then he tried to toss it back into the ring, but Dar just rolled out to the other side. And he's out there. He's out there with Shah, and then Dar. Bate goes flying out of the ring and knocks both of them over.
Takes out Shah.
Takes out Dar. Rolls Dar back into the ring. Goes for the Tyler driver, but Dar is able to counter with a pin attempt for a 2 count. Bate then hit that rolling kick that he does, but Dar catches and then he tried to hit that slingshot clothesline, and then Dar does that thing. He catches him coming off the rope into the knee bar. And just as that's happening, we see Pretty Deadly make their way to ringside. They are in a feud right now with Tyler and Trent over the tag team title. So Trent starts arguing with them. They grab Trent's towel from him, and as soon as Dar locks in that knee bar, they look like they're going to try to throw the towel in because the ref can't see them so the ref's going to think that Trent threw it. So Trent grabs the towel. They start tug of warring with it. The Pretty Deadly guy lets it go. Trent just throws the towel into the ring. The referee sees the towel, calls for the bell, and Noam Dar wins by submission. And Tyler Bate is so confused as to what happened because he never quit. But there's a towel in the ring.
And that's a story for another day. Now, that's the start of basically what went to the last episode of NXT UK.
It really did. Like that really kicks off the entire end of the run of NXT UK. We didn't know it at the time, Glenn.
No, we didn't.
We sure
No.
didn't.
That's what the first sort of talk of the split between Tyler and Mustache Mountain. But they held on a lot longer than everybody thought they were going to before finally it happened, which made it more surprising when it did.
Yeah, because I don't think any of us thought that they were gonna regain the tag team titles before they broke up. We figured that they would have one more match, lose that, and then they would break up. But they actually kept it going for a while.
They did. Well, like I say, it boiled down to the fact that it went that far into it that there was no resolution to the story because NXT UK finished before they could finish the story.
Yeah. And we only have 1, 2, 3, 4 more episodes of a Cup of UK Heritage because we've only got 8 more matches left. So we're down to just 4 episodes. This was these were 2 really good matches. I think the first one was better than the second one. But the ending of that second match was just so beautifully done. I remember the first time I watching it literally with my hands on my head, like, oh my God, did that just really happen?
That's right.
So great.
Yeah, definitely 5+ stars on the first one and maybe 4.5 to 5 on the second one.
But we're going to go ridiculous Dave Meltzer and give the first one 7 stars, even though 5 is the best you can get. And we're going to give the second one 5 stars.
Yes. Yeah. That's fair.
That's what we're going to do. All right, Glenn, who do we need to plug? Who do we need to talk about before we get out of here?
Oh, yeah. Well, I gave us a plug this week, so.
That's nice. Thank you.
I'm booking the territory with Rob and Danny. They're coming to the end of their Gator Golf and also the end of I'm booking the Tankatory. So it's going to be interesting to see where they go. They've got some new things in the pipeline, as we have.
Yep.
And as you say, we've only got a few more episodes of this to go. So we've got something in the pipeline that may involve them at some point.
They will definitely be a part of that show at some point. Absolutely, they will.
There's a certain match that they need to be involved with. Bang Bang with Andy, DDT with DC Doc, and of course, if you're into sci-fi, the Doctor Who podcast with Danny and Si.
There you have it. As always, make sure you check out Sportswire Radio. Give our buddy Thomas Bryce a follow on Twitter. It's Thomas Bryce 2017, and on Instagram, it's Thomas Bryce 2020. He is also on the Threads. We're on the Threads, so follow us on Threads if you're on there. It's at AWI Pod. It's the same thing as on Twitter.
Yeah.
Glenn's WrestleNut 15, I believe, on the old.
Yes, yeah, because that's what I am on Instagram. So that's what.
I don't have a personal Twitter account, but I do have a personal Threads account, and I'm at Nebraska is a nightmare because my state is a political nightmare. And make sure you give our buddy, our other third member of this podcast team, the Mayor of Canton, a follow at Mayor of Canton on Twitter. And check out a note with the mayor if he's got time to post one. He's a busy motherfucker, okay? So if he doesn't post his videos on time, you can't give him too much crap for it.
Yeah, he did. He posted yesterday.
Did he?
Yeah.
I just don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. He was, he had pretzels and a spicy hot dog and something else.
I need to check this out.
While we're talking, I was talking about time travel with Doctor Who. If you don't check it out, check out Warrior to Attitude. Our visit back to 1997, where we check out every Raw and pay-per-view from 1997.
It's a lot of fun, I think.
It is.
I like to think that we don't break down wrestling shows like normal people, like other people break down wrestling shows. We kind of like do it with the comedy aspect to it. I mean, this whole podcast is supposed to have a comedy aspect to it.
Yeah.
And I'd like to think that me and you try to break the shows down more like fans do than like wrestling experts. But maybe
that's right.
We probably try to sound like wrestling experts, but I swear I don't mean to.
No. Well, what fan doesn't though?
That's true. That's true. Well, Glenn, that's it. All we got to do is have you say goodbye.
Goodbye.